is Studio Q, and Jenifer Lewis is in the house. How's everybody? All right now.
Studio Q show, now you know.
When I was in college, you couldn't tell me I wasn't gonna be a star. If my college friends were here, who were in my class, they'd be like,
and they with that look.
we were good and sick of her. That's who I was, that's what I was, and this kind of interaction means so much to me because I'm able to tell my story. You know, with the Scorpion show just now, I told them about molestation. Oh. You know, 1 out of 3. Oh, most certainly I was molested, and I'll tell the world. Eve Ensler, who wrote the Vagina Monologues. Okay. We were all in a big theater. And you know, the Vagina Monologues is about domestic abuse. She said, I want everybody in this audience who was molested to stand up. Because everybody got so much shame. But a few people stood up. She said, now I want everybody who knows somebody who was molested to stand up. Lots of people stood. And then she said, now I want everybody who molested somebody to stand up. Good God, I want. She said we should not have to spend our entire lives recovering. We as human beings, we are a powerful lot. We are rich with wisdom. You just got to tap into it. You have to say yes to life. I'm not going to let the fact that I was molested when I was 2 stop me from getting up today. Because if you're still here, you did something. And I say to you, keep doing it. We are as sick as our secrets. You don't take nothing from this interview, you take that. We are as sick as our secrets. Put it on the table, baby.
Yes.
Put it on the table, and so you can breathe, so you can exhale, so you can get out of that bed and keep it moving. Ain't no shame in my game, baby. How I'm gonna have all this success and not try to tell the truth and help somebody. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing else I can do at this point but give back and continue to be creative, continue to give as much as I can. You know, my shit stinks. You know, well, maybe not. Being a diva and all, you know. But life is wonderful. Find your way, find your passion, and do your best. Let's go.
Okay. Tina Turner's mama or Whitney's mama?
Woo! Wow. They were both, I'm sorry, I can't give you that because they were the same. I had so much fun doing one.
Flo from Cars or Mama Odie?
Mama Odie.
Okay.
Because she was a human being.
Dean Davenport from Different World or Aunt Helen on The Fresh Prince?
Oh, that's a hard one too. Oh man. Dean Dorothy Davenport from Different World or who?
Aunt Helen from Fresh Prince.
Aunt Helen.
Okay. Do you do a scene with Dorothy Dandridge or do you do one with Hattie McDaniel?
Hattie.
Okay.
Hattie McDaniel.
Okay. Betty Davis or Joan Crawford?
Oh, Betty Davis.
Captain of your high school cheerleading team or class president?
Being captain.
Robert De Niro or Tom Hanks?
Well, I worked with Tom Hanks, so I want to work with Bobby.
Reading Shakespeare with Meryl Streep or singing backup as a harlot for Bette Midler?
Wow, Meryl Streep, Bette Midler. I say Bette Midler because I had so much fun. But being on stage with Meryl Streep was, whew, what an experience. You know, I got a little story, Meryl Streep. George C. Wolfe directed. And the first day of rehearsal, Meryl Streep was sitting there like this with the script. She was like, she was turning the pages so fast. And I was turning the page like this. And I looked over and she was turning those pages so fast. I was like, what, does she have a photographic memory? Why is she turning those pages so fast? So I got scared. I was like, oh man, I can't hang with her. So I went to George C. Wolfe and I was like, I don't think I can do it. I'm sorry, George. He said, great director, George C. Wolfe. He said, Jenifer, will you just dive in and show me your strokes? And if you need help across. And so I said, well, can I sing first, please? He said, okay, sing. So Meryl Streep was down there because, you know, the role calls for her to get really dirty, you know, Mother Courage. You know, she was on the floor. She had a script. I started singing and I was behind her. And I was like, they hated the story. And Meryl Streep went. She almost said, what the fuck? So when I saw her react to my singing voice, that was it. I wasn't scared of it no more. I really had to say, you know, the same God that made her made me. Working with her was, it was outrageous. Oh, wow. I was a kid when I was with Beck. And it was physical and it was wonderful and I was on stage. But let's face it, I was in the back. That's my girl. You know, she came to see me in New York when I did really? 54 Below. Oh, by the way, I want everybody to go to New York Times, NewYorkTimes.com, and look at that review, that love letter they wrote about me when I did my show in July. It was just incredible. Oh. The New York press was so incredible. I'm telling you, it was. I came away, and the only word I had in my mind was triumph. Wow! And I worked my ass off too.
I know you did.
I did. I was so happy to be back in New York.
Oh my goodness! You just felt alive, huh?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Motormouth, Mabel, and Hairspray, or Dolly and Hello Dolly.
Oh, Dolly, honey. I mean, my two best friends of. Scott Whitman and Mark Shaman wrote Hairspray for me, and I had a great time on Broadway. But honey, Dolly Levi was the star! Wave your little hands and whisper, so long, dearie, you ain't gonna see me anymore. Oh, I love those songs. Hello, Harry. Well, hello. And before the parade passes by, I've got to go and taste Saturday's high life before the parade. Okay, that's enough. Y'all gotta pay me for the rest of it.
Right.
But no, honey, I love doing Dolly Levi. Oh!
Jackie's back, or the diva is dismissed?
Jackie's back.
Now, are you Jackie?
I am Jackie. Jackie Washington. Entendre! Well, bring me the wet ones, honey. Oh, honey, I don't think there's a person in the world who doesn't say, make it a double entendre. Mark Alton Brown and Deela Duke wrote that movie also, who wrote the web series.
How'd you get all those people?
Jackie's back. We didn't know it was going to be as big as it was. They have cult parties all over the United States. People come dressed up as Entendre and dressed up as Jackie Washington. Now, here's how I got all those celebrities. Here's the story, and I think you're the first to hear it, hot off the press. What I became in New York when I was performing on Broadway and performing in clubs, I became the entertainer's entertainer. See, they'd all show up to see me. A lot of them studied me and stole a couple of things, but you know, honey, once somebody takes something you've been doing, you've gone on to something new anyway. Make no mistake.
Right.
Now, and remember that can't nobody steal nothing from you, no way, because if you owned it, it's always yours. Sha-na-na. So, what the fuck am I talking about?
You're talking about Jackie's back, how you got all the celebrities.
Jackie's back. How did I get all the celebrities? I was the entertainer's entertainer, and everybody, Whoopi, Rosie, Bet,
Penny Marshall,
oh man, everybody was in it. Dolly Parton, everybody wanted to be the first one to make me a star. People, look, I say this with great humility. People love me,
Yeah.
and they want me to have a space for the talent that I have.
Yeah.
You know, and they all showed up. Loretta Devine, Jo Beth Williams, Eva Marie Saint from North by Northwest. Come on now, y'all. Grace Slick, Taylor Dane, Chris Rock, Kathy Griffin. They all came out for Jackie's back.
Was that improv or was that all written?
Oh, it was written.
Okay.
But a lot of it was improv. You know I showed out.
Right.
I showed out Jackie's back. I remember when I came out the house drunk, having stabbed Milkman with the
Right.
Afro pick. I grabbed that drink. I was like, "Yeah, get out of my house!" And I grabbed that drink at the last minute, and just put that wig and turned it around. You know, when you're creating like that, and especially if it's a comedy.
Yeah, you did the
With
same
me,
thing with Tyler Perry, right?
Absolutely.
Jumped
With me,
in the grave.
everything goes. I went up to Tyler. I said, "Tyler, just let me fall in the grave.
Right.
Please let me just fall in the grave." He said, "Y'all dig a hole for Jenifer." I'm not going to argue with her.
Right.
Just dig the hole, let her fall. Yeah, Tyler loved him some Jenifer Lewis, and I love him.
San Francisco or New York City?
Wow. Well, I'm sorry. I love New York and I love San Francisco, but I've got a new city that's my favorite city.
Which is?
Chicago. Oh, Chicago. Yeah. A wonderful town. Yeah.
Carnegie Hall or Powell Symphony Hall in St. Louis?
Oh, man. Powell Symphony Hall in St. Louis.
Okay.
Carnegie Hall, I missed a note. And to this day, I'm like, I must have gone into shock. I hit such a bad note at Carnegie Hall that everything just went in slow. I was singing Cole Porter's I Got Lost in His Arms. And there's a thing where you come back in after the piano solo. I went, there you go, there you go, how I felt. And this is what I did. I went, there you go. I went, what the fuck? And I just couldn't believe it happened.
Right.
But that's the thing about stage.
Yeah.
Once it happened, hon, you can't take it back. Ain't no cut, edit.
Right.
Okay, it wasn't that bad. But when I played Powell Symphony Hall in St. Louis, you know, other than my family and my baby, my child, and my fiance, Niagara Falls. Seeing Niagara Falls was a great moment for me in my life because as I stood there, I knew there was something mightier than man. Because I knew man had nothing to do with that.
Amen.
So powerful. But when I went to Powell Symphony Hall, it was Niagara. My family was there, my college friends, my teachers, the ones that are still alive, my high school friends. The place was full and sold out. It was a 90-piece orchestra and an 80-voice choir.
Yeah.
Girl, I was in heaven. I had a lyric that said, and so thank you to First Baptist, Kinloch High, and Webster College. You gave me so much to live for. The mighty Mississippi on summer nights and fall days. The atmosphere is thrilling here as always. It was, and when I said their names, it came back the applause like a lion's roar. It's something I'll never forget. I talked about the Gateway Arch and the zoo and the mighty Mississippi River. I was home. It was, and to have that, a 90-piece orchestra, was a dream come true.